I now that I have a new tripod, it is so funny. It's like I was just driving my brother around earlier this morning, and he asked me, "Oh, you have a camera to look behind you. Why do you still look back?" I was like, "Because the camera doesn't get everything. That's why." Meanwhile, you or whatever angle you got there, you know. So that's why I still look. So I went live earlier this morning again. Shop. And you can watch that video or parts of it anyway. I don't know if I'm gonna put all of it live because I was also disclosing. Sorry, we made it back as I go over these speed bumps, pulling the speedies. And I alerted security first because I realized, like, oh my gosh, he thinks, like, I don't know what he's thinking, but he's walking around with people, but he's not, he's not connected. But anyway, he made it back, and I know in the future he's just not ready to be in public spaces, not with me anyway. So, it's something to continue to work on. And this title, as I'm looking at, oh yeah, I totally forgot. I need to go vote. Managing time. And you know what's so funny? It's like I keep thinking it's actually later than it is because I'm probably still on other time. I haven't changed my my clock radio thing. Um, Maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. But somebody had asked me the other day, like, "Oh, you get a chance to sleep in because you're out of off work for this week." And I was like, "Yeah, not really. Yes and no." I was like, "I don't like changing up my schedule too much, only because it makes it harder to get back on your schedule, right?" So yeah, I woke up at 4:30 this morning. I did a lot of meditation though, so I got a chance to really just go deeper into meditations this morning, and that's what I did. And I didn't have to be over at the apartment in an allotted time, so I took my time getting over there this morning, and I had time to at least realize, like, oh no, I've got some missing assignments that lost track of time of because I performed Saturday. And yes, wait, see, today is Tuesday. See, I've lost track of time already. See, that's the other thing. It's like if I'm not on my schedule, then I lose track of time. So that's a part of the managing of time. I think a lot of people tend to let life dictate their time, but I don't. Things like holidays, things like times off, I dictate my time, what I do with my time. Work just happens to be a part of it, and that's the other thing. A lot of people are only motivated by getting their check every week, right? Again, because I get up at 4:30 and then I do my own thing, I sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, I got to go to work, So that's how I see it. Work is a part of my life. It is not my life, even though the work I chose is enjoyable work. I do like my work. In fact, I mean, I like study in school and all this stuff. That's why I made it my job, right? And performing, and thinking about learning and stuff. That is enjoyable to me. And because of all of those things, it doesn't feel like a burden to do the things that I do. It's just I just need to, manage the time to do them. Now, I did have an acquaintance ask me again, somebody just the other day. We were talking about all the things that we do, and I will say, in the scheme of things, she is newish to Atlanta. So she was telling me she has like 3 jobs, and I was like, oh, that's cool and stuff. And then I was telling her the stuff I am into and doing, and she already knows I take care of my brother. So it's then she asked me, well, how do you manage your time? Now, I'm saying this as a single woman, okay? So I understand she has kids and a husband. I totally understand that, okay? But there's also the things I just mentioned. It's like you can have time for yourself. Make time for yourself because you cannot pour from an empty cup. I know you've heard that expression before. If you don't nourish yourself, then how are you going to help other people? And I've had a good many years doing that for myself. Okay, I'm makeup free today, going around doing errands. I totally almost forgot to go pick up my brother's medication because today I would see like, oh, the car needs to get serviced. Again, I like driving. That's why you see a lot of my videos are in my car. I actually enjoy driving, y'all. So yeah, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna go get my car serviced today. Just other things on the agenda, and then I mentioned I didn't write it down, and that's the thing. I probably should have wrote it down. Writing these things down, your task, your to-do list. I know everybody's like, well, look, the virtual this and cell phone that and bloop bloop bleepity bloops. Sometimes you actually gotta physically write it on some paper for it to actualize in your brain. Sometimes I can do it without it. I'm not saying not to ever not write on paper, but it is helpful. But I just also, like I said, realized it's like, oh, it's already noon. I've already done a lot of stuff, and some people are probably just waking up, especially if they're relying on sleeping in and letting their job dictate their life, and then they're just like revenge sleeping or whatever it is they're doing out there because they have the time off to do that. And I guess what the saying is called bed rot now. Bed rot. I'm like, no. It's like, why would I revenge against my job by not doing anything for me? Make that make sense, right? It's like, no, I need to go do stuff for me. And that's what I'm doing. Me and my brother, that is. So I plan on getting the car serviced. Not today because I feel like waiting this time, like, it makes the lines longer. So I'm going to try to hit it first thing in the morning when they open. But the only reason why I didn't do it today is because my brother asked me to take him to Goodwill. And you saw that video. If not, you watch the short. He glitched out. So now I'm just like, okay, well, at least I got some of these other things done, like turning in some homework assignments for myself as a teacher and prepping for a group assignment. Also, I did some grading yesterday. I need to really just sit down and do that. Like, that's one of those times where you basically put on something, some music, hit those grades, get them going. I have some coworkers already emailing me about like, well, how did you grade this and that? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, that would have been me probably today, or even it should have been me yesterday, but I was doing some grading. So I think yesterday with the doctor's appointment was the big thing. So again, I've read so many books on productivity. Maybe I should do a video about that for folks. It's just like, do the hard things first. Get the most work that you need to get done out of the way. Group things together. Time blocking, all of those things I do in my everyday life. Otherwise, things won't get done. And I'm not saying that everything is getting done either. Let me just say that too. It means I'm getting a lot done. So I don't sweat the if it didn't get done, I was like, well, work on it. It depends on priorities too. It's like I had to prioritize. Now, my 3 assignments got past me seriously because Monday was Monday. I would have, or actually it was already late by Monday. I performed Saturday. Sunday, It should have got done. I'll just be honest. It should have got done. I probably was looking at my house situation. I need to finish painting the kitchen and get all that stuff going. Mm. Yeah, my brother, as a man, he's disabled. So yeah, so there's a lot that I'm not saying everything is getting done, but I have to prioritize what is getting done. And then I'm also putting together things that could be done together as a group. So yeah, so it was really interesting to me that that's how I live now, to where I forget that other people really ask me those questions, like, well, how are you able to do all these things? I'm like, well, I mean, I organize my time, and that's the one thing you cannot get back, y'all. Okay, you cannot get back time. So I treat it as the precious commodity that it is. So as I'm traveling over here to the drugstore to pick up my brother's medicine, definitely he wants to get his little Coca-Cola situation. I saved him from getting arrested. I'm laughing, but not really. It's like, I will say this. Atlanta is really good when it comes to the mental health situation, because where my brother came from and the racial weirdness that is there, he wasn't treated very well. Okay? Again, just being honest. And because he is kind of somewhat high functioning, it helps that there are people in the community that understand or recognize almost instantly if somebody is not well mentally, and can appropriately address the situation and not just call the police on folks and, it turns into another thing. It's like, I wish, and I thought about this morning. I was like, man, I should have came up, because this is one of the places he likes to go to Goodwill. I should have already introduced the staff to him. Basically, I should have just had like a poster and all this other stuff, like, this is my brother, he's mentally disabled, if he does these things, call me or tell him to go home. Basically, I still might do that, because it's like, if y'all don't want no problems, because I don't want no problems, just tell him to go home. He'll go home. He will. Okay, so getting close to the store. I know, I kind of went all over the place there. But yeah, managing your time, that's the key to it all. That's how you get all the things done. And I think, again, a lot of people still don't know how to do that. Because, yeah. I think the other thing that I don't do that a lot of people still do, I've only recently started getting back onto social media, but I'm trying to be really mindful about consuming it versus putting things out. I like Threads. I'm starting to understand Instagram in that I don't think I like Instagram now. Like, there used to be a time when, at the beginning of Instagram, and it was pictures and maybe the videos at first, but now there are people on there I do like, but then how do I get to see them again? I can't. It's almost like you got to keep going back onto the superhighway of the other, the short form videos to find them, if you're lucky. Because I can even see it in the comments, because I am doing some research on that. And it's like, somebody bumped this video so I can see it again. It's like, wow, that's very telling. So maybe that might not be the route for folks to grow on social media, if at all, quite honestly. Because people are, even if they're liking the videos, they're not able to return to the videos to see them again. Okay, so my vehicle makes wide turns, y'all, so I'm gonna need some space. Come on out so I can yeah, so I'm not on social media consuming. I don't watch television. Okay. Um, I do